All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you West Indians, Seminole Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. You are the true chosen people of the book, man. All right. So what I got right now is a book called The Negro Question. All right. The Negro Question Part 4. All right. The Missing Link. All right. Written by a man named Lee Cummins. All right. Now this is I have part 4 here. I also have part 1, but I think it's a 7-book series. All right. It was a 6-book. I think now it's 7. All right. But what I want to get into was a little history about King James, man, and who he really was, man. Because a lot of people don't know that King James was really a so-called black man. All right. He wasn't a white man. All right. Like they teach you in this education system, man. All right. You'll Google King James. It'll be a white man. All right. Which is not true, man. All right, and then you also got a lie out there saying that King James, all right, was a homosexual and all that stuff, man, which is complete bullshit, man. All right, so let's get into this history, man. All right, so when I open this book up, all right, you can see the image, all right, of King James right here, man. All right, a so-called black man. All right, that's a so-called black man right there. All right, you see? All right. So now when you read underneath it, all right, it says, I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education. Yeah, talking about here in America, Western education, all right? Because the American education system is nothing but bullshit. It's complete bullshit. You learn nothing but lies and nonsense here in America, man. All right, that's why Americans are known as the dumbest people on the planet Earth, man. All right, because they learn nothing but bullshit. They have no idea about true history. All right, you have to read scholarly books like this one, all right, to understand true history. All right, it says, I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education, but this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite in this world. All right, yeah, because they have all the real the truth, man. All right, because you gotta be able to, in order to teach a lie, you have to know the truth, man. All right. So it says, that was the reason I paraded all of the English historians and professors before you, before I got into the bowels of this book. Yeah, because when you in the beginning of this book, he has a whole bunch of letters written by historians and all that, man. All right. So that's why it says, I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth. King James came from a long line of black Scottish Stuart kings. 343 years of rulership in Scotland. The Stuarts not only ruled in Scotland, they ruled France, Spain, Ireland, and England, Britain, Wales. King James was able to rule all of these lands because of all these people were of Iberian black descent. They were the same people. All right. It says, if you look at the ball in his hand, all right. Now he has a ball in his hand. All right. It says, if you look at the ball in his hand, it represents world rulership. And there was only one other group of world leaders who used this type of symbolism, and they were the Byzantine Roman emperors. All right. Yeah, because our people ruled the entire planet Earth at one time, all right, during the Dark Ages, the Byzantine Empire, man. All right, you so-called the Dark Ages were ruled by so-called black people. All right, King James ruled the entire planet Earth at one time. He was the king, all right, during the time of the Dark Ages, man. All right. So it says, if you look at the ball in his hand, it represents world rulership. Yeah, because our people ruled this entire planet Earth before the so-called white man came back into power during the time of the Renaissance, man. All right? The Byzantine Empire. After the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages was known as the Renaissance era, all right? And the word Renaissance means rebirth, which means, because it was the white man coming back into power, all right? The rebirth of the so-called white man coming back into power, man. All right? If you look at the ball in his hand, it represents world rulership, and there was only one other group of world leaders who used this type of symbolism, and they were the Byzantine Roman emperors. All right, now when you go down, it says this is one sign, this is one of the signs of scholarship, when you are able to read symbolism and images. All right, so that image, all right, that ball, all right, represent world rulership, man. We ruled this entire planet Earth at one time. All right. All right, but we fell from the rulership of this planet Earth, man. All right, because it was prophecy that the so-called white man was going to rule over us because of our wickedness, man. All right, but that's a different lesson for another time. All right, so when you go down, all right, it shows you the Scottish king list. All right, you got King James 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got King Charles and all them. All right, now when you go down, it says, as you can see from this Scottish kings list, King James I of England was a descendant of the black Scottish kings who claimed the thrones of France, Spain, Ireland, England, Britain, Wales, and Scotland. Yeah, so he was sitting on like 7 or 5 thrones at that time, man. All right, ruling the entire planet Earth, man. All right, see, our people used to rule this entire planet Earth, man. All right. So I also wanted to get into, matter of fact, let's get into page 29, all right? So it says right here, start reading right here, all right? It says the so-called royals and the elite read from a different set of books. They read from these types of books. Yeah, like the book I'm reading from now, all right? Because this is this book has powerful information in it, man. All right, great and powerful information. All right, this is a scholarly book, man. All right, scholars read from these types of books, man. All right, the so-called royals and elite read from a different set of books. They read these types of books while they give you a watered-down version of history. That's why they have royal libraries and national archives. They walk around with the real wealth of the earth, wisdom, while you walk around with the lie. All right, yeah, and that you people don't know shit, man. That's why you people don't know shit, know nothing, man. All right, but that's why the true prophets of the Lord, man, all right, the Israelites, a great millstone, are out on the highways and hedges teaching you this truth, man. All right, all this history and what's getting ready to come, all right, according to prophecy, man. All right, but that's another, that's another type of lesson, another type of talk for another day, man. But what I want to get here, I got something right here, all right. So it says right here, I'm trying to get the camera right. So it says right here, it says, such a man, talking about King James, all right? Such a man was sure to have enemies, all right? Yeah, because King James had enemies. He was the king. People were jealous, wanted to be king and all that, man, all right? One such man, Anthony Weldon, yeah, because King James and Anthony Weldon had beef. Why? It says, had to be excluded from the court, all right? Yeah, King James kicked him out of his court, man, all right? Weldon swore vengeance, all right? It was not until 1650, 25 years after the death of King James, that Weldon saw his chance, all right? He wrote a paper calling King James a homosexual. Obviously, James being dead was in no condition to defend himself, all right? So that rumor of King James, all right, being a homosexual started by a man named Anthony Weldon, all right? He wrote a paper about how King James was a homosexual, which he wasn't true. He just hated on the man, man, all right? and he had to really hate that man to still have a hatred after him after he died, man. It says he wrote a paper calling James a homosexual. Obviously, James being dead was in no condition to defend himself, all right? So that's how the rumor of King James being a homosexual started, man, which is bullshit, man. All right, complete bullshit. All right, well, that was just a quick lesson I had wanted to. I could get, man, I could go way deeper, man. I just wanted to do something real quick, man. All right, there's a lot of history, man, a lot of history. A lot of, deepness around the history of King James, man. All right. So with that being said, I want to say, call Halayim, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you West Indians, Seminole Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, all right? So with that being said, shalom, shalom.